They have united, oh. They have united. These same politicians we blame for everything. They were enemies last year, but they are coalition today. All in the plot to rule us again in 2027 and beyond. But you and I, we're still arguing about our faves, still giving basketballs online, still trending nonsense, screaming Sorosoke, but still never showing up. Why? Because we're too loud to listen, too divided to rise, and too distracted to even be dangerous. The worst part of this is, they know. Hi guys, it's Belinda Uju here, and welcome to my YouTube channel, where the fire of purpose ignites the power of law. Today I am going to be talking about the new coalition by our politicians and government officials, past and present. Interesting times. These people set aside their grievances, their tribal, religious, political grievances, whatever they may be, and they came together. Not because they love themselves, but because the love they have for power is greater than the hate they have on themselves. They have come together for one purpose and one purpose alone, to take power. Because they have an understanding that together they are a greater force, that together they have a higher chance. Of what use will it be if each of them, having their own potential, is struggling individually? But if you bring the potentials together, they stand a higher chance of taking power soon. What does this tell me? That the saying that together we stand, or united we stand, divided we fall. It's not just theoretical, it is practical. And our Nigerian politicians and politicians all over the world, they understand this principle. Most of the time, they keep us divided, and we have chosen to remain divided. But they, at the top, they come together. Look at them, take a look at them, take a look at them. Different tribes, different languages, different religious backgrounds, different political parties. Some of them have even fought each other, and we know about. But when it gets, as far as power is concerned, these people set aside all their differences and come together for one thing and one thing alone: power. Now let's talk about the woke generation. The generation that wants a difference without making an impact. The generation that is too distracted with noise that they have no time to realize that the change that we seek come with us or depends on us. Our parents' generation and the generations before them all blamed their leaders. What exactly is the difference between our parents, their generations, the generations before them, and us? We're still doing the same thing, blaming our leaders. And our leaders, they're doing one thing and one thing alone. They're coming together, getting power, managing this power how they know best or how they consider best. I am not talking about or putting blames on the leaders. They haven't been the best. They are not the best. But can we say the same for ourselves? Most of these leaders have been in power for years, before some of us were born, for the longest time, and they're still there today. Because they know that we are not ready. They know that we are not available. They know that we are too busy with other things that do not concern governance and leadership. So they keep changing hands amongst themselves. And when they get too old, pass away, they hand it over to people who have been available, people who are like them, people who were in this space, while the rest of us sit down, cry online, cry offline, run away from the country, and the cycle continues. If we're truly woke, exposed, determined, disciplined, we don't need another protest. We have come to a point in our lives where we realize we don't need another protest. We need coalitions. We need think tanks. We need education platforms. We need structures. We need finance structures. We need thought leaders, youth leaders, who are not loud alone, but are disciplined to carry on the legacy of the rest of us. It will be sad to say some of us, or many people, will not even be alive to witness the change that we seek. But I can guarantee you that these men, these politicians that we're talking about today, they didn't start plotting about power 2 years ago. They started plotting about power for the longest time. So we're not trying to take over power in 2027. We're not even thinking about in 2047. We are just coming together for a future that many will not witness. But thankfully, our children and our children's the generations after our children may be lucky enough if we take the right steps now. Enough of the noise. Can we start having long conversations? Can we start actually coming together? Maybe not everybody, but the few of us who are passionate about this change, who are enlightened enough to say, you know what do you think? If I bring my idea, you bring your idea. It may not materialize today, but it certainly will over time. We will agree to disagree for one thing and one thing alone: to take power when the time is right, but not to take power unprepared, not to take power ignorantly, because what will make the difference is not enough that you take power. We need to have knowledge. We need to have experience. We need to be ready in our own little ways, because sometimes the opportunity can just arise. And an ignorant leader is worse than a bad leader. What's the difference? Anyways. So this is me just saying that I think we have made noise too much. I think we have been too distracted, too divided. It's time to come together. Because I'm also thinking, what makes any difference with this coalition? These are people who have led us in the past. They have occupied one, most of them have occupied one political position or the other. And I'm asking, if you didn't make any difference when you had the opportunity to, why should I trust that you will make any difference now? My dear Nigerian youth, power is not given. It is taken strategically, boldly, and intentionally. We have played enough. We have cried enough. We have been frustrated enough. Do I think that everybody would hold a political position or be in governance? Of course not. But what I also know is that everybody can use their voice, can use their platforms, can use their skills, can use their talents, can use their resources, can use their ideas for the purpose of nation building and achieving the Nigeria we seek. Maybe not now, but in the future that some of us may witness and our children will forever be grateful for. Thank you. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. And see you in the next episode of Nation Building. Bye for now.